butter knife. So pick up a wireless Bluetooth speaker at Napa for just $26.99. With a rechargeable battery, 33-foot range, and rugged waterproof case, it does the one thing your phone is terrible at: play music. The Napa Bluetooth speaker, now just $26.99. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
At participating Napa Auto Parts stores while supplies last. Offer expires 8/31/16.
Are you tired of chasing a roofing contractor to show up on time, or even show up at all? I'm Sam Fleming with Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Our motto at Fleming Roofing is "We show up." Our goal at Fleming Roofing is to provide the reliable customer service that you deserve, and we have the resources to meet all of your roofing needs: residential, commercial, industrial, replacement, or repairs. We are manufacturer certified for roof coatings, single-ply membranes, and asphalt shingles. Whenever you need a roofing professional you can count on, call Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We are committed to finding the solution that meets your needs. We don't have quotas or heavy-handed sales tactics. Fleming Roofing, we have expert experience. We show up. Free estimates, residential, commercial, industrial, replacement, or repairs. Check us out at FlemingHSV.com. FlemingHSV.com. When you need a quick response, it's Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
Welcome to the evolution of sports radio.
You see, in this industry, just like in life, everything evolves.
Call 256-576-4977 to make your audible for the Blitz.
That man is playing Galaga. Thought we wouldn't notice, but we did.
It's the Afternoon Blitz. Here are your hosts, Smokey, Captain Cool, and the Bandi Man.
Hello and welcome into a wacky Wednesday here in No Man's Land. Welcome to the Afternoon Blitz on the Tennessee Valley Blitz Sports Radio Network. And this first hour is presented by Woody Anderson Ford, the place to get the coolest cars for the best deals. I'm your host, Captain Cool.
Oh my goodness, it's
Captain Cool.
Someone lose a grenade?
That's right. Make sure you guys find us online at theblitzsportsradio.com and on Facebook at The Blitz Sports Radio, and make sure you get us on Twitter as well at @theblitz_sports. And while you're at it, how about you go and follow us on our Twitch and YouTube at WZZN TV for more than just sports talk. That's where you can see me and Bandi sitting behind this table talking about anything, really, anything, sports, gaming, other things. Yeah, that's pretty much there. And if you guys want to join in on any of the conversations today or make an audible, call us at 256-576-4977. And you know what you're doing. You guys are listening and hanging with the chillest crew in sports radio. To my left, a friend, maybe even a family member, Bandi Man. Yo. There they are.
Oh, there they are.
Yes. Yes.
So they started from higher up on the cliff this time. They were falling this near me.
They're falling
this time.
towards us. Yes.
Yeah, they're falling. They're falling toward us.
Yeah, on the table. Yeah. How you doing? How you doing, Bandi?
I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what I caught a little bit of last night?
What'd you watch?
The Tekken show.
The Tekken? Okay. The Tekken? How is it? Because I Netflix anime.
Yeah. It's not very good.
Aw, I saw you watching like a little bit of it while you were in the studio, and I was like, that actually doesn't look that bad. You know, it had a guy, the main character, I guess, beating up on kids, and I mean, he looked like he was pretty cool looking, but why isn't it that good?
As soon as I saw Heihachi pull out a Glock from his karate gi, I kind of just lost all suspense of immersion.
Oh, jeez. Are there no Glocks in the game?
Well, I mean, Heihachi doesn't pull out a gun in the games.
Well, not everything's going to be so faithful, but you know who is faithful? The guy behind the glass, spinning the tracks, keeping us on the airways. It is Smokey Mike Honcho.
Smokey! Yo, boys.
What's up?
How y'all doing today?
We're doing great. We're upset about Tekken show, though.
Yeah, you all can be upset about Tekken show. I'm trying to put in a lineup right now.
Do it. That's the job.
But anyway, you could follow us on Twitter. I'm at Rose Scholar. Captain's at CPT Cool 420. Bandy's at B-Larry 2016. And we got a hell of a show today, guys, as I confused the hell out of Captain Cool when I said what we're going to be talking about at the top of the three today, as we have one Michelle Boykin from KSL Sports up in Utah.
Utah, baby. We all around the country.
Let's go.
Well, the thing is that she's been doing a great job in in Utah's, working around sports stations and websites for Utah and covering the Utes. She is a Ute alum. And one of the things is Utah. I was reading this VSiN gambling guide, preseason gambling guide for the college football season. 6 out of the 8 experts have Utah in the college football playoff.
Let's go.
Josh Pate, who does a fantastic job with Late Kick. I don't know how many people see that, but he does a fantastic job for 24/7 over there. He's got Utah in the college football playoff. Utah's got Florida week 1. We can preview that. Utah is a team that a lot of people are looking at plus 500 to make the college football playoff as a good value bet to get a little bit of quiche.
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit of cash, that is for sure. I mean, playing, they're getting better and better every single season. They've just slowly just gotten to the point where they're just an actual top 10 contender. And now that they get to play against Florida, it's week 1. Right off the bat, they get to show their worth in that top 10 spot. And even though Florida may not be ranked, Florida's a hell of a good SEC team either way.
And the Swamp is a true home field advantage.
Of course.
You know what? The way I look at this Utah team, I see it as they needed to improve heading into this season the way I needed to improve playing golf.
Yeah.
Because because they had the underlyings of a really good team.
Yeah.
But they just had a couple bad losses along the way, like one to San Diego State, one to Oregon State. But they just kind of get rid of those bad losses, and then they kind of fix those close losses as well, like to Ohio State in the Rose Bowl. I mean, that's definitely a playoff team right there.
Oh, yeah.
So, that'll be coming up at 3, which means at 2:25, it'll be What's Cool.
Heck yeah.
Got the cool.
Heck yeah.
And then 3:25, we got the play-by-play with the Bandi Man. And I got the Bandi Man, since DraftKings is pulling out a free play for the Tour Championship this weekend, to get in on a little bit of golf action, because this is the last week of golf on Wednesdays for the DF3, and Bandi and I are going to compare lineups to see how we're going to do this weekend.
What about me?
You wanted a DraftKings account? Sign up.
Yeah, hop in.
Well, I could say who I think's going to win.
Yeah, you can do that. That's fine.
That's
I
all
mean,
I
you
wanna
bring
do.
in your input as well. It's just Bandi. Bandi and I had both have DraftKings accounts.
Yeah. I got it. But bet on my team or my players that I pick, and you high risk but big reward as well.
Hey,
okay?
You know what? If I end up doing well in this thing, this is just a stepping stone for me to get a little bit more. I can start getting into those $1 pools.
Oh yeah, moving up in the world. That's what we got to do.
Because I 100% want to go about this completely free, completely free to play.
Free to play, just to make some money. Hey, that's just the way to do it.
Grand total pool is $5K on that. But the thing is that, like I mentioned yesterday, with all these free pools, sometimes you actually get some plays. Like football season rolls around, you could be able to have some contests you could create your lineups and see if you can make a little bit of quiche off of that. So it's all good.
Okay. Well, nice. I can't wait to give my input on all that stuff later in the show.
Yep, and then we got mad people all over the place. We got people clamoring that somebody is not the GOAT when all signs point to him being the GOAT. I mean, Mad Dog was mad this morning.
Oh, we're talking about that GOAT. We're talking about the grandfather of GOAT.
The grandfather GOAT.
Wait, which GOAT are we talking about?
You know exactly who we were talking about. We're talking about the coaching GOAT.
Oh.
The college coaching
the
GOAT.
college football variety.
Yeah,
Oh,
to be specific.
Was he mad that he was or was not the GOAT?
Well, Bandi, you've got it over there. There was a little debate going on at First Take, and since we are ESPN Radio, we might as well pull out some ESPN television quotes, and so play the audio, Bandi.
Okay, here it goes. We're gonna play it right now.
And away we go.
Saban, the best college coach ever.
No. Great coach.
Best ever?
Whoa.
Best ever.
No. What? What? Best ever. You could go to Alabama with the players he hasn't coached and win some World
What?
Best
You're
coach
saying
ever?
Nick Saban is not the best coach
Not
ever in
that-
college
not
football?
that- no.
Oh my God!
He's in Alabama. That's an easy place.
How was Alabama before he got there?
Well, how about Gene
Wait, no, give me
Stallings? He won a
Gene
championship.
Stallings.
He won a championship.
Gene Stallings.
He won a championship.
You
won the title.
gonna bring up Shula next? Who you gonna bring up next?
I won't bring up
Really?
Shula. That's Shula.
Really?
He had a
Oh
rough
my
time.
God!
But
Oh my
Stallings,
Lord!
that's a
Oh
good one.
my
You brought up
goodness!
Shula. Funny. Stallings, I'll tell you the best coach in the history of college football.
Okay.
You ready?
No, I'm not.
I'm not going to.
I'm
Don't look at me that way. You're on my team.
I know I am, but I'm nervous about what's about to happen.
It's not Newt Rockney.
Okay.
It's not, it's not Frank. It's not Leary. They're Frank Leary.
Yeah.
It's not Bear Bryant. It's not Pop Warner.
Okay.
Old Carlisle with Jim Thorpe.
Okay.
It's not Alonzo Stagg.
Oh,
it's not
my
Walter
Lord.
Camp.
Okay.
Remember Walter Camp?
Yeah, of course.
It's
Walter
not him.
Camp Award, yeah.
The best coach, in my opinion, for my money, in the history of college football, is Ara Parsegian.
All right, cut that off. Cut that off. Cut it off. Do you realize that everybody he named on there finished their coaching career before I was born?
Jeez. Jeez. Oof.
See, who even is that? Who was he talking about?
What do you mean?
Because he named a lot of nuts.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, Christopher Mad Dog Russo. I sometimes I think, yeah, age is getting to him. It's like, goodness gracious. What? And it shows how off he is on college football for not even naming a coach past the time I was born.
Man, that was a Matt Kellerman take right there.
I mean, Tom Osborne. Put some respect on his name, as we had when we talked Nebraska yesterday. He's a multiple national championship winning coach. Let's see, Jim Tressel's another one that could possibly be in the debate, just because not only did he do good things with Ohio State, Youngstown State, he won several national championships before he got to Columbus, Ohio.
Yeah.
And while he's a sleazebag, rotten, part of High Noon Saturday coming up this fall on Fox, you got to I can't say respect because I don't respect the man, but
Not with that take. Not with that take,
No.
at least.
but Herb
Yeah.
has the accolades to where he could be part of this discussion.
Yeah. But, I mean, at the same time, no, Parsegian isn't bad, okay? He also played for the Cleveland Browns back in the 40s. So, I mean, I got to give a little bit of love to him. But, I mean, we're talking about Nick Saban here. Okay. All right.
How does everything just somehow link back to the Browns? I don't understand it.
Everything.
Everything with Abraham it links back to the Browns.
I
no
will
matter
find
what.
a way. I will
see,
find a
see,
way.
it's honestly impressive. No, you know that Wikipedia game where it's like you try to find like an article just starting and just clicking on words? That's what John does with the Browns.
Are you talking? Oh, I thought you were talking about what is it? What's that game? Everybody, Wordle. I was thinking about Wordle when you brought that up.
Wordle?
I don't know. I have no idea if that
I've never done a word.
doesn't.
Neither
Neither have
have
I.
I.
Neither have I. But I mean,
Jinx.
gosh, dang it, he got me. But no, I mean, again, having opinions is totally fine. But Nick Saban though, he's got what it takes. I mean, he started off in Alabama. He did not have a good team to start off with. Was it Stephen A. Smith talking to him? That's the one of the few things I can agree with him on something, because he's all over the place with a lot of his hot takes. But no, when he said, look at the team that Nick Saban took over, Alabama was not good. Okay.
And you would know this personally because you had a family member on the staff.
Oh yeah, and that was the year I believe who'd they lose to? Was it
UL Monroe?
Yes.
Yep.
I was so close to saying it. You should have just let me, but it's all right. I appreciate the backing. But yeah, so that's the type of stuff Nick Saban picked up after he went to the NFL, was with the Dolphins or whoever he was with, and then before that he was with LSU, and he won with LSU. Now, he's never had a great time in the NFL, but that's a totally different type of sport. I mean, it's just a different level. But college football, man, this guy is a genius, okay? He knows who to bring in as well. And that is a part of the game. That's a part of being a coach. He brings in the people that his team needs to be successful and go to national championships, BCS championships, all of that type of stuff, and win games.
I think what really irked me was not that he didn't just say who we thought the best coach was outright. He's like, I think the best coach is this. It's that he took everybody else out of the conversation. Like, they don't even stack up.
Yeah. Well, I guess he already thought about this.
Oh, Bear Bryant, not him. Pop Warner, no.
Yeah, Bear Bryant, who was the all-time wins in Kentucky history, led Kentucky to its last SEC championship, and then won all those national championships at Alabama. Plus, what he did at Texas A&M as well before his time at Alabama. I mean, yeah, not him. He had the most national championships of any coach in college football, Division I level. Not like if we go 2 or 3, that's even digging a deeper hole. Right,
we see some greats down in there as well. But geez, that's a great way to start off the show and get my blood pumping, dude. Came in on this wacky Wednesday feeling mid, but now I'm feeling hot.
Feeling mid.
I feel mild.
Hey man,
I was.
Don't be a mid. Don't be mid.
I'm not mid. I'm not mid anymore. All right, I'm not. I'm heated up. I'm ready to talk about what we got going on today. Because today is August 24th, 2022, and the big stories are Kevin Durant be staying with the Nets even after saying, well, was this confirmed? Because I know that reports came out that he said that he would retire if he had to go to the Nets again.
No, that was not, that's actually the first time I've ever heard about that.
All right,
that's hilarious.
We've heard plenty of things about him, like, wanting to retire, but at the same time, none of that was really confirmed. Even Kevin Durant said something about him not saying that, but, he doesn't want to be at the Nets, but I don't think he's going to retire anytime soon. He's got a long career ahead of him. But yeah, he's not moving. He's going to stay at least one more year for the Nets. Maybe he might, get traded sometime. I don't know. It's basketball. That's not my expertise, Bandi. That's yours.
I mean, he requested to be traded, and then now he pulls it back. Like he was talking smack about Steve Nash, the head coach, and how he wanted Steve Nash to be fired. And now it's like, I'm gonna pull my request to be traded. We're gonna run it back with Nash and Kyrie.
Yeah, it was an awkward situation for him, especially because no teams really went out to find him, and want to pick him up. And I mean, Atlanta sent some terrible offers to Brooklyn, and I mean, that just shows you how funny this whole situation is. I feel bad for Kevin Durant, but you know what? He should probably try to keep good relations with the people he's probably going to be playing with.
I mean, you want to talk about teams not delivering on trade packages. I mean, I can't wait till 3 o'clock when we talk with Michelle and some terrible packages that the Knicks have been trying to send to Utah for Donovan.
Oh, that's another reason why I got a Utah one on here, because I knew Bandi would be like, I need to talk about the Jazz. Said no one else ever.
Said no one in Alabama ever, but I need to vent.
Yeah, you got somebody to talk Browns with me, so why not get somebody to talk Jazz with him? I bet he's happy.
Well, I didn't get that one. The Chad got that one.
Oh, well, thank you, Chad. And you got somebody for the Chicago Bears earlier. I forgot his name exactly.
Patrick Finley of the Chicago Sun-Times.
Yeah, I haven't been represented yet. This is my turn now.
Yeah, his time to shine. You better ask several questions about the Jazz, so I will just sit back and relax because Utah is not my expertise either. But yes, going on to something that is a little bit more of my expertise, the Yankees, baby. They're back in the winning column. That's right, they've won 3 games in a row. Get this. 2 of them were against the Mets last night, the night before that. Good to see it. They finally, shut out the Mets this year. And the last 3 games they've played, they've won 4-2 every single time. Ooh. So they're 3-0 in the last games they played. They've just been consistent, to say the least. Very cool 4-2 nice little sweep against the Mets, and it made me happy to see them back on the winning column. And then going on to video game stuff, because the whole thing was going on yesterday with Gamescom. Love to see video gaming conventions still being a huge deal. They only should get bigger. Hopefully, since COVID's kind of dying down, we'll be able to see E3 next year, but, you never know. But, Dead Island 2 has finally has finally returned, and it's looking extremely gory and super fun. Me and Bandi made sure we had to see one of the trailers on his big screen yesterday, which was very great, very gory. We got to see every single. It was a projector. Projector. Yeah, it was cool. It's cool. I always save the best things to watch on that. That's why we watched the whole JoJo series on that, except for some of Stardust Crusaders, because I had to watch. It was just a grind getting through there.
It's a long season.
It's a lot. But, Dead Island 2, great to see it coming back. And it's based in L.A. Some people are saying L.A. is not an island. So we don't really understand why it's called Dead Island at this point, but we should have fun with it. It's not even a peninsula, so
Hey, they're calling it Hell A.
Yeah, it's called Hell A, so that should have been the game's name, honestly. But yeah, moving on to a game I didn't even know was talked about or announced. Dune. You guys ever watched the film Dune?
I have not yet.
With one Mr. Dave Bautista?
Yeah, and that small boy that I talked about, he's very awkward. Oh crap, I forgot it. He's in Beautiful Boy. He ends up
Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah, he ends up getting like deep into drugs and stuff like that. But good thing, in Dune he's not. He's just as awkward as ever. But Dune Awakening had an announcement trailer that literally just looked like a Dune 2 trailer because of how realistic it looked. I'm thinking it's just a cinematic trailer, but it looks pretty amazing. And it'll be an MMO-style game set in the world of Arrakis, because that's the world of Dune, or I guess. And I want to get really hyped about this game, but I have no information on it, or when we'll be able to play it. So I'm going to keep those hype blinders on. But from the looks of that little trailer, and also just knowing Dune in the past, I mean, the music, amazing. The cinematography of it, amazing. I just want all of that to be implemented into the video game, and I will love it. And so far, that's pretty much what we got on the Dune Awakening announcement trailer. But coming up on the show, okay, I get the first hot seat. The cool segment, we're going to be talking about a little bit of Albert Pujols, a little bit of baseball, Why not? It's Wednesday, Football's kind of in the middle right now, so I can't talk about that. And then I want to talk about a little bit more of GamesCon, because there was even another game that I wanted to talk about that has been hyped up for a while, and it might be, maybe, yes, getting an early release, which is pretty freaking dope. And then Bandi Man's got a lot of esports stuff. What are you going to be talking about today?
You know what? So Call of Duty Warzone has received its final patch, heading, I believe, into Modern Warfare 2, or, well, it's the Season 5 patch.
Yeah, they're probably just going to be done with Warzone after this.
I believe it's the final season.
Okay.
So we're going to be going through some of the patch notes today, some of the trades and roster movings that happened within Rocket League after Worlds.
Heck yeah, you got to always be up on that because it's the information we need. That's just what we would do with normal sports.
And you remember how I said we were done talking about Steve?
Yeah.
There's going to be a Steve-only tournament this weekend hosted by a pro player, so we're going to run down who's playing in that.
Yeah, you're definitely going to have to go back and deep into that one.
Some of these names are ridiculous.
Well, I can't wait to hear that. But who's that guest we got on, Smokey, and take us to break?
Michelle Boykin of KSL Sports up in Utah will be at 3 o'clock right there. But, like you said, quick commercial break. We're listening to the Afternoon Blitz.
Football season is here, and it's time to score big and get in on the action with MyBookie.ag. MyBookie is an industry-leading website and the best place for you to cash in on all the insane last-minute drives, huge upsets, and heart-pounding finishes. Join now, and MyBookie will match your deposit with up to a 100% bonus. They have in-game live betting on nearly every sporting event, plus a user-friendly mobile site so you never miss a single play. Are you sick and tired of getting the runaround when you ask for a payout? Come join MyBookie today. With decades of expertise, no hassle payouts, and no fine print, you'll experience the greatest customer service in the business, guaranteed. Use promo code RADIO to activate your bonus of up to 100%. Call 844-900-2387 or visit mybookie.ag to open an account. That's 844-900-BETS, or go online to mybookie.ag and use promo code RADIO. Win with the best, only at MyBookie. Sign up today.
This is Wes Neighbors with Philip with Eagle Insulation, and we have an announcement to make.
Yes, Wes, we are now Eagle Masonry and Insulation. Still a place to call for your insulation needs, but now we offer masonry services.
What kind of masonry projects can you handle?
Wes, no job is too big, no job is too small. We can do renovations, new construction, outdoor fireplaces, fire pits, brick landscape borders.
Well, when you came out to my house, you did both the insulation and masonry at the same time. You guys did rock for me, you did brick for me, and you insulated my house. That's usually done at the same time that you're building a house.
Absolutely. It really capitalizes on two services you need at the same time, and you can get one company to handle both of those.
Philip with Eagle Insulation will come out, do your installation. He'll do your masonry. They do a great job. They guarantee your work. Check out more online at insulatedwitheagle.com. and schedule your free examination today. 256-755-1556.
Thanks, Wes.
You want the right specialist for your recovery. At SportsMed Orthopedic Surgery and Spine Center, we understand every body is different. Your muscles and bones are unique, as is your body. Our SportsMed specialists offer innovative treatments and minimally invasive procedures, allowing you to quickly return to the life you love. Locations in Huntsville, Madison, Athens, and Decatur, and on the web at sportsmedalabama.com. Improving performance, improving lives.
In 1982, Bob Baumhauer introduced Alabama to the Buffalo Wild Wing, and quite frankly, we've never been the same. Back then, it was Wings and Things in Tuscaloosa, but now, 40 years later, after 4 name changes, Baumhauer's Victory Grill is the #1 sports-themed restaurant in the state. Bob's Alabama Hot Chicken is something that has to be tried to believe, plus the new Bam Bam Chicken and the Louisiana-style Go Fish, a whitefish over rice topped with shrimp etouffee. And Baumhauer's is fighting inflation with some new affordable favorites. Visit Baumhauer's on the South Parkway today. Tom Abraham here for my friend Brian Hamaker and his team at North Alabama Mortgage. Look, buying a home is the biggest purchase you will make in your life, and it can be a bit intimidating, so you want people that can help walk you through the mortgage process and get you the best deal possible. That's what North Alabama Mortgage does, and they do it in Alabama, Tennessee, and Florida, from first-time purchases to refis, conventional, VA, FHA, and USDA loans. They have the solution at North Alabama Mortgage. Visit NorthAlabamaMortgage.com to learn more. That's NorthAlabamaMortgage.com.
The Blitz has been called.
Welcome back to the Afternoon Blitz. It's a wacky Wednesday here in No Man's Land. That is the studio name because that's where all the stuff goes down. You know, you guys are listening in. I got Bandi to my left. I'm Captain Cool. I got the Smokey behind the glass. We got the cleaners out cleaning the place. Smokey or Bandi.
Oh no! The cleaners are out because the Braves are up 14-0 on the Pirates on our sister station, The Zone.
Okay.
Oh, they're up 14-0.
So that's what he meant. Yeah, there we go. You transitioned that. I think we just got a grand slam by Hawaii actually in the Little League World Series against Tennessee. That's pretty crazy, pretty wacky. That just happened. I thought it was gonna happen, and it did. And I didn't even get to see it. So
I mean, we're basically looking at the equivalent of a UFC mismatch here, though, between the batter and the pitcher, though.
Dude, he nailed that thing. That was Sakamoto that did it.
Yep.
His favorite show is Naruto. We don't know what series, but as long as it's not Boruto, I think he's going to have a great future. But yeah, we got plenty to talk about. If you guys want to join in on any of the conversations, call us at 256-576-4977. And I want to get into a little bit of Albert Pujols, a little bit of video game stuff. That's all coming up on What's Cool.
It's getting hot in here.
That's a spicy meatball.
So it's time to cool down with Captain Cool.
You know what cool is?
What?
You're looking at.
Oh yeah, that's right. Time to talk about cool stuff. First things first, we're going to be talking about Albert Pujols. And he's been making highlights kind of all throughout his career that started in, get this, 2001. Okay. First off, I want to show you guys how young I am right now. Okay, I shouldn't do this, but it's going to happen anyway. His career is about as old as I am. Okay. I am 1 year older than his career.
Hey, that makes it easier to keep track of.
It does. I've been literally watching this guy for 22 years, and he's been doing a wonderful job all the time. But now, okay, his career is kind of coming to an end, all right? It's his last season. And, yeah, he's always been finding ways to overachieve and just do the best he can. And, yeah, Pujols, this year, he joined back the Cardinals, okay? It was kind of just going to be one of those, farewell parades, But Pujols had a different story. He is 42 years old and is on pace to continue to make history. That's right. The chase for 700 home runs, dingers, haymakers, whatever you want to call them, continues. Pujols is currently sitting at 639 at the moment, sitting behind the likes of Alex Rodriguez at 696. Some random dude named Babe Ruth at 714. Hank Aaron at 755. And Barry Bonds, steroids man, at 762. Those are some insane numbers. I don't think Pujols is going to reach Barry Bonds, but 700 is right around the corner, okay? And now I hear the vacuums going, and now I'm just like, the cleaners really are in the studio instead of on the Braves.
Hey, we're just emphasizing like right now. Because I'm looking at the score, top of the ninth, 2 outs. Yeah, 14-0 the Braves lead. But I mean, I want Albert Pujols so badly to turn that 700 corner.
Oh yeah, he's getting there, dude.
If there's anyone I want to do it, it's him.
Oh yeah, he's right now. Okay, on top of the home runs that he has, okay, he has hit home runs off of 449 different pitchers. The man studies his pitchers, and that is for sure. Okay, now Pujols right now is sitting at 14 home runs on the season. Okay, he's hitting them at a decent rate. Okay, he's not going to compare to any judges nowadays and all that stuff, but he's still hitting the home runs. And at the age of 42, I mean, if you're standing at the plate, respect to you. Okay, because it's tough to get up to that age and still be able to play a sport. It's crazy. Tom Brady, I don't know how he's still doing it too. That is just I respect these players whenever they get past the age of probably 35 and they just keep performing at the rate that they've always done. And it's just spectacular to me. But yeah, he's sitting at 14 home runs, okay? And the real question here is, okay, since 14 home runs over the season so far, you know, he may or may not hit that 700. But the real question is, okay, what would you guys do if, if you were in his position and you hit 698, 699? What would you guys do? Would you continue to play?
Yeah, I would keep playing until I hit 700.
Really? You'd go back, you'd go back to the team, set up a new contract, go through all that hassle to play. Would you play the whole season? Or
I would take the cheapest route possible to get to 700.
Okay.
Just keep signing the equivalent of like one-day contracts with different teams.
$100.
Just keep playing a different series, trying to hit a home run.
Different pitchers and all that stuff. Maybe he makes his comeback against a pitcher he's probably hit home runs off of numerous times. I don't know. He wouldn't do that. Smokey, what would you do if that happened? Would you? I mean, he's 42. Okay. Would you just call it quits? Would you just be like, I've had a career, I'm done?
Well, first of all, no. I would most definitely go back.
Really?
I wouldn't call it a career.
Okay.
700 is that magic number.
Yeah.
Only, I'll say 2. I don't consider Bonds. I don't.
Yeah,
I don't. Yeah.
Hall of Famer.
Hank is still the home run king, followed by the Babe.
Yeah.
But if I'm also the St. Louis Cardinals, I'm trying to get him back on the field for that.
Really?
Because you realize how much they could do in marketing for that.
You know they wouldn't. Baseball doesn't do good with marketing their players. But
not MLB, but I would say certain particular teams
yeah,
do.
yeah, okay. So
and the Cardinals would 100% go crazy with see Pujols go for 700.
Yeah, it'd be like whenever Barry Bonds hit his 762nd home run, and the fans were all just like fighting each other for the ball. Yeah, stuff would go crazy over there because obviously Albert Pujols is going to some sort of Hall of Fame, so we'll see him there. But you guys are different, I guess, than Pujols because he said on USA Today, he said this. He said, quote, "I'm still going to retire." Okay. No matter whether I end up hitting 693, 696, 700, whatever. I don't get caught up in the numbers. If you were going to tell me 22 years ago that I would be this close, I would have told you that you are freaking crazy. My career has been amazing. Honestly, whatever happens, at the end of the day, Pujols is 42 years old and still showing us why he is one of the best players to play the sport. So respect to him and knowing that, he doesn't need to hit 700 home runs. He's content with his career. I mean, he's already done. He's done pretty much everything.
See, how many games back are they from the Braves? 6?
A few.
See, I mean, it's that kind of mentality that's going to keep them that many games back.
Yeah.
I mean, that's weak.
Yeah, you could say it like that. You could say that. But either way, you cannot deny his greatness on the diamond. Okay, but I will say the Cardinals are doing very well, and they could they could go deep into the playoffs if they really wanted to. And you know what? Pujols might just be the guy to lead them into maybe a national, or not a national championship, but a World Series. So spectacular to see. Plus, he could get a little bit more home runs in that little time that he's playing in the playoffs. So I don't know. Well, they'll be playing Chicago tonight, so we'll see. He might get 5 home runs tonight. Yeah, but yeah, there it is. Albert Pujols doing cool things. He's had a cool career, and it's gonna be sad to see him go. Just because I'm not a Cardinals fan. Okay. But I found myself being a big old Albert Pujols fan only because he's one of the guys that's kind of stuck with it this whole time. A-Rod was kind of that big guy that I really liked all throughout my life, and then he left. Obviously, Derek Jeter was gone, and then, it was mainly just Pujols and some others scattered throughout. But it's going to be sad to see him go. But he is still one of the greatest. Moving on to my next cool story. Gamescom gave us a lot of content yesterday, like the new Sonic Frontier gameplay. Didn't look that good. Don't know where Sonic's going with his life. He's not even eating chili dogs anymore. It makes me upset. He's running in with the weird anime girl that has robots or whatever they are, and he's doing some crazy stuff over there. But it looks like another Sonic game. They kind of all mend together, at least in these last few. Though they say, every game is slightly different. I don't see it too much. They try to mix the new format of the Sonic gameplay with the old, which I do think is a step up from what they used to do, because Sonic 06, whenever they just went straight up different type of gameplay, I personally loved the game just because of the story. Everything else was a buggy mess. It was terrible. So then you're a raccoon and you kiss a girl at the end. It's just a little strange. Oh, you've never finished the game, Bandi. See, me, unlike most of the people in this world, have actually finished Sonic 06.
I know. See, it's hearing stuff like that's going to make me not play it and keep it that way.
It is a strange ending. But, yeah, Sonic Frontier, hopefully you don't have to kiss any humans, because that's gross. You're a hedgehog. You got to stay in your lane, okay? But, yeah. And then we got a few cinematic trailers, like the long-awaited Dead Island 2. Gonna be just a fun game. I can't wait to play that. And then we got some new trailers that you didn't tell me about yesterday, because you're the guy that's supposed to keep up with that stuff and keep me in the loop. But it's all right. You can't get them all, because I don't even think you knew I was interested in the new Arkham Knights game that's coming out earlier than we expected. I know, Smokey. Let me ask you a question. I know you're eating popcorn over there.
I'm Batman.
Yeah. Did you ever play the Arkham series?
I played all 3 of them, all front to back, and actually replayed Arkham Knight about a month and a half ago because it's on Game Pass.
Whoa, okay. See, I knew that he would have played them because he's a DC guy. Which one was your favorite out of those 3? Just real quick.
Our first one was good, Arkham Asylum.
Yeah, that was a classic.
Arkham City was all right. It wasn't the best. It wasn't. Out of the 3, it was the worst, because I think Arkham Knight just went above and beyond, and just with the way they had their different storylines, it worked better as a flow compared to Arkham City, especially in Arkham Asylum. You were in the asylum, so you didn't have that roam around the city type feel or anything like that. So. Yeah, I go Arkham Knight as my top of the Arkham series.
That's the newest one.
Wow.
Did you ever play Arkham Origins?
That I have not.
You haven't? Okay. So that one, I heard a lot of mixed things. My brother played it. I personally, I like the Arkham games, but I never really got to play too much of all of them. I always dabbled in a little bit of them. I never played Arkham Knights, just because it was the newer one, and I was switching over consoles and all that stuff. But yeah, I mean, we got another game coming out, and Arkham Knights looks... Well, no, I was meaning that one that you were talking about. The Arkham... Was it just Arkham City? Which one was that one?
Arkham City was the second one.
Okay, what was the third one?
Arkham Knight.
Okay. Oh, gee, I'm so freaking confused now on this one.
Arkham Origins, I'm pretty sure, came out after Knight.
No, it came out before, and then it came out. The next one came out. Arkham Origins was the fourth or the third one, and they changed like all the gameplay and all that stuff. But it's still kind of similar to the Arkham games. But yeah, then the other one came out. But I didn't know it was. Let me see real quick. Arkham Knight. I'm gonna be typing this in. What's the new game called?
Oh, actually, it's Gotham Knights.
Gotham Knights. That's why it's different. Okay, I didn't. That's
But
annoying.
Arkham Origins was in between Arkham Knight and Arkham City.
Okay.
In 2013, that's when it got released.
Okay, so yeah, it was.
So it was the third game.
Mm-hmm.
It was, yeah. I knew that much, but yeah, Gotham Knights. That's this one. It got me mixed up with it because I had in my notes that it was Arkham Knights, but I guess that game already came out. So yeah, Gotham Knights. Let me put that in the notes. It is there. Yeah, a new trailer came out for that. People have been hyping it up for a while, especially me and my brother, because we can't wait to get back into that world. And it was all about the villains, pretty much.
Ooh.
And so we got to see new faces, new baddies, and some of them you'll be familiar with. We got Clayface.
All right.
Yeah, looking as gross as ever, as well as Mr. Freeze. That guy. And then we got the always popular Harley Quinn. And yeah, she's looking as good as ever. So
is she looking like Suicide Squad, Harley Quinn, or like animated series?
she's looking like the Arkham games Harley Quinn, but with less makeup. She looks a little less like a doll and more like an actual human being nowadays. So she looks cool. I will say that. Attractive. You know, it's whatever. She is Harley Quinn, so it's just always a win. And yeah, it's coming out a few days early. That's the big thing that got dropped. And it's coming out on October 21st instead of October 25th. So yeah, we got a little. We can get our hands on it a little bit earlier. And the gameplay, it looks very similar to the OG Arkham series. So we'll be able to do a lot of the same combos that we had going on with Batman, breaking people's faces, throwing people into rafters, hanging people up by their feet. But we're not killing anybody because it's Batman.
Well, see, I'm excited for the co-op part of it.
Oh, yeah.
Because me and my friend have already said it, like who we're gonna play as. Like I already claimed Nightwing.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've already claimed, and my other friends already claimed Red Hood.
Of
So
course.
Yeah, that would be one I would go for. I'm a big fan of Jason Todd.
Yeah, yeah. He's classic. I would go. So I know my brother would go with Nightwing just because he's a huge Nightwing fan. He reads all the comics and all that stuff. The Red Hood, I don't know too much about him, honestly.
Oh, you would love Red Hood.
I don't know too much about him. But I know, isn't he like a bad guy in one of the games?
Yeah,
or?
he's Arkham Knight.
Yeah, that's what I thought. See, again, I haven't played that one, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, but it's kind of like if Robin didn't have a conscience. Like
Right.
if he was cool with killing.
Okay.
Because what happens with Jason Todd is he gets kidnapped by the Joker and left for dead and Bruce thinks he's dead.
Okay, so I think I've seen a movie that's similar to this, where he's like in this factory with the Joker, and the Joker like blows him up.
It's been done in one of the animated.
I've seen one of the animated movies.
I
Yeah,
think what was that? Death in the Family.
It might have been.
it might have also
I
just
think,
been.
I think that's a comic.
It might have. Well, it might have been literally just Batman the Red Hood or something like that. I think it was in that series of movies. It was like a bunch of short, Batman stories, and that was one of them. I think it was a Robin that was in this factory building that the Joker was in, and ended up blowing him up. And Batman was too late, and Batman was sad. Everybody was sad.
Beat him to death with a crowbar.
It was like, yeah. Oh,
yeah,
jeez.
Death in the Family is the correct comic.
Let's go.
Good job, Bandi. He got it. This guy knows DC. He knows DC. But, yeah, we're excited to play it. I'm going to be figuring out who I'm going to play. I might just play as Batwoman.
You know what? That's not a bad pick either. Barbara Gordon.
No, not bad. Not bad.
I'm upset with that.
Oh, the show getting canceled?
Oh, the movie.
Oh, the movie?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Comes to find out that apparently Discovery deleted everything.
Yeah, like
all the film footage.
Like what was it? A director tried to go in and recover it, but none of the files were there.
It was all deleted.
That's so sad.
They were trying to get all the stuff so they could get to another studio and be like, all right, help us, please. Let's bring this back. And it's all gone.
Dude,
all wiped, all deleted.
They can't press Command Z? They can't just get it all back? Dang.
I mean, at this point, you got to ask, like, why do they feel, like, if it got all deleted by Warner Brothers, then why do they feel the need to scrap it? Or at least, like, go to the extreme of deleting it all.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be cool to see some of that footage. See what could have been, at least.
I would love to see Michael Keaton as Batman.
I know. Jeez. Haven't seen his chiseled face in a while, honestly.
J.K. Simmons as Commissioner Gordon was really one of the good things about the Batfleck Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do they call him?
Batfleck.
Batfleck?
Batfleck.
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 Like Battinson.
Batfleck. Okay. Jinx, by the way, I got you on that one. You said it at the same time as we were both repeating it, but yeah. You guys have any contributions to the Cool series? Just throw. If you don't, that's totally fine.
I got this one little thing right here.
All
It's the front and center main piece on ESPN.com.
Doesn't load for me, by the way.
Oh no! What is it?
It's. Have you guys heard about this Detroit self-defense guy?
Oh yes, the guru, the self-defense guru.
Yeah.
Don't tell me he's dead. No.
No,
Okay.
No, but ESPN.com has a full piece at the lead on the website of this guy and all of his background, his history. It starts describing the whole dojo that he's got going on at first, all the plastic axes and or the plastic axe, the knives, the bats, and all that. And it just reminds me. Rex Kwando.
Rex Kwando.
Do you know Rex Kwando?
I believe I do. Is it from? What's it from?
You ever get roundhouse kicked by a guy wearing one of these?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You're talking about Napoleon Dynamite. I was gonna say it. I didn't want to be dumb, but yeah, no, that's exactly what I think of, honestly. All right, that's good. I don't listen to what he's got to say, by the way. That guy does not. I mean, he might know something, but at the same time, if you get a gun pointed at you, man. Don't be trying to grab that gun. You get shot. Okay.
You know what you do?
What?
You roundhouse them and you go, roadhouse.
And then you run. And then you just run. You don't even say anything to the cops or anything. But that was the cool segment. Thank you guys for contributing. I'm glad you threw in that thing. We got to talk about Rex Kwando a little bit, so that's pretty funny. But you're listening to the Afternoon Blitz. Huh.
The Blitz has been called.
Do you have discomfort in your legs? Varicose veins can affect not only how your legs look, but how they feel. Symptoms of varicose veins include pain, swelling, aching, heaviness, and fatigue. Dr. Tracy Lowry of Best Vein Care of Huntsville can diagnose and treat your varicose veins with the latest minimally invasive techniques. Diagnosis and treatment is covered by most insurances. Call 256-715-7151 to schedule your free screening. Go to bestveincarehuntsville.com.
Are you tired of chasing a roofing contractor to show up on time or even show up at all? I'm Sam Fleming with Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Our motto at Fleming Roofing is we show up. Our goal at Fleming Roofing is to provide the reliable customer service that you deserve, and we have the resources to meet all of your roofing needs: residential, commercial, industrial, replacement, or repairs. We are manufacturer certified for roof coatings, single-ply membranes, and asphalt shingles. Whenever you need a roofing professional you can count on, call Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We are committed to finding the solution that meets your needs. We don't have quotas or heavy-handed sales tactics. Fleming Roofing, we have expert experience. We show up. Free estimates, residential, commercial, industrial, replacement, or repairs. Check us out at FlemingHSV.com. FlemingHSV.com. When you need a quick response, it's Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
Here's Bobby White from Woody Anderson Ford on their service department.
President's Award winner 2 years in a row. That's only given to the top 10% of Ford dealers in customer satisfaction. So we're very proud of the service department. And our body shop. If you happen to get into an accident, which not a lot of people just want to go down and see a body shop, but if you get into an accident, award-winning body shop. We have state-of-the-art paint booths back there. They're waterborne paints that we use, friendly for the environment. We've got our production system, the way things are in and out. We have the fastest cycle rate in town of getting your vehicle in, getting your vehicle out, and assured that it's fixed right. We take pictures before it's wrecked, and not only after, but we take it as we're putting the parts on. All done to above industry standards. So I'm proud of our body shop too. Don't forget our parts department. So if you happen to need parts, performance parts, or just parts if you're a weekend mechanic.
Woody Anderson Ford, located at the corner of Jordan and Sparkman, as well as Hughes Road and Madison. You can also check out the great deals at WoodyAndersonFord.com.
What's better than Valley Equipment Rental? 2 Valley Equipment Rentals, and that's just what we have now. The original on the South Memorial Parkway between Drake and Airport Road, and their second location on North Memorial Parkway just north of Winchester Road. Valley Equipment is locally owned and has more skid steers, excavators, and lifts than anyone in the area, plus all the small tools that you need to get the job done like a pro. And if you are a pro, you need to check out the new North location now because Valley Equipment has what you need. Learn more at valleyequipmentrents.com.
This is Wes Neighbors talking to Chris Haygood of Bob Wallace Appliance. Chris, what sets you apart from other appliance dealerships?
Wes, these appliances are going into the most used room in your house, your kitchen. The way we have these appliances displayed, it's easy for you to visualize how they'll look in your home. Wes, what sets us apart is the people. They're well trained. In fact, they live and breathe these appliances. And if you need service, you'll really appreciate our parts department.
Contact Bob Wallace Appliance at 256-533-2121.
Great food and the best live entertainment is what it's all about at the Furniture Factory Bar and Grill. Head to downtown Huntsville every Tuesday for karaoke on the only outdoor karaoke stage in North Alabama. Thursday night is the Valley's longest running and biggest bike night. Food and drink specials, giveaways, and live music on the patio. And the Furniture Factory menu is fully loaded with options from steaks to salads, plus a whole lot more. Featuring a weekday happy hour that starts at 3. 619 Meridian Street, downtown Huntsville, and online at FurnitureFactoryBarGrill.com.
Listen to the wind blow, watch the sun rise. Run in the shadows down.
And welcome back to the Afternoon Blitz here on the Tennessee Valley Blitz Sports Network. I am your host, the Bandi Man, a.k.a. Bailey Lowry, joined by Captain Cool John Abraham.
Yo.
And our always reliable producer, Smokey Mike Huncho. If you want to, If you want to join the show, you can call in at 256-576-4977, and you can follow us on Twitter at the Blitz_sports, Facebook at the Blitz Sports Radio, and you can follow me at B Lowry 2016, Captain Cool at CPT Cool 420, and Smokey Mike Huncho at Rose Scholar. You know, I think I wanted to talk about this quick story. I wouldn't be able to really fit this into the play-by-play, but there was a kind of esports story that happened yesterday. So a Russian semi-pro player is currently being extorted for 500,000 rubles right now.
Not the rubles.
No, what is going on right now with this professional player is quite literally the plot of an action movie. Plot of a movie.
How much does that much rubles to American currency?
Translates to roughly $8,365.
Okay, so it's always like the rubles seem like a lot of money, but it's actually kind of not as much as people think.
Yeah, but currently the player is known as Fander. He's the one that made this public, and he is mostly known as a CSGO streamer, although he occasionally plays with mixed teams, and he's currently participating in qualifiers right now. But I never thought that these kind of stories could actually happen in real life.
All right.
Like these these extortion stories are like the kind of you would see in a movie.
I'm excited to hear more about it.
But Vander put out a quote saying they threatened both me and my family. They want 500K rubles to get rid of them. They said it was nothing personal. It's just that I was first in a quote roulette spin.
What the heck?
They swatted my brother at home, said that I killed a man, and took wife and a kid hostage.
Holy crap.
Well then.
That did not let me down. That was insane. Also, we just got another home run by Hawaii. They're going to destroy Tennessee. Continue, Bandi.
After an hour, Fander said that he called an emergency service to the apartment and was driving to Moscow. A bit later, he updated the post saying that he is fine. So I hope, all in all, that this situation currently resolves itself because, my goodness, I can't imagine this kind of thing happening.
I know. And he's still doing qualifiers, though?
Yeah, he's still playing.
He's like gaming first, family second, Rubles third.
Rubles.
That's insane. Oh, jeez. I wouldn't want to be in that situation, but I would also not want to be a little league player on Tennessee's team right now because they're losing 8-0. And it's the second inning.
I mean, they just got the size difference. Hawaii does over Tennessee.
Yeah.
That's what it's looking like.
They got the big guys that hit dingers.
They literally, yeah, that's exactly what they just did. I think they hit 2 in a row.
I mean, you got guys up there right now as big as I am going against what looks like how I looked when I was 12 years old.
They got some cool technology up there, though. They're doing some 360 stuff behind the plate and all that. Golly, some big kids.
They've upped the budget on the Little League World
I
Series.
think I see Mente Teo over there, too.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I still haven't caught that documentary. I need to catch it.
At least the first episode, get yourself adjusted and you get to know what it's all about. 'Cause that's kind of been just like a huge story, is just that whole, documentary on Netflix. So
The way that Chad was talking about it, like, it just seemed to just give a completely different perspective on Manti Te'o. Kind of how we made fun of him in the past. That his story is probably a lot sadder than we realize.
I highly doubt it. Either way, man, you gotta know what you're doing on the internet, all right? Catfishing could go bad 100% of the time.
You shouldn't catfish.
Don't
Catfish
catfish.
is bad.
Catfish
Okay.
is bad.
Catfish is bad.
Yeah, I've never
Okay.
done it. I've never done it. Okay.
What the hell?
Bandi was showing me. Okay, before we go to the break, because I know we're just gonna say
got a
random
minute before
stuff.
music hits, so
okay,
we're good.
we were playing, turbo golf racing as we
Right.
do when we hang out. We're done with JoJo's. But he was also showing me some South Park, and he didn't think that it would distract the crap out of us. But we were on this level for like, how many times did we do it? Probably 100 times.
Way too many times.
Yeah.
I mean, it really didn't distract us. We were just kind of laughing along, but
Well,
I mean, but
I've noticed they put some new holes in there now.
yeah, like when we were talking about, you said you had 3 started with 7 seconds to go. We knew you were not.
I didn't
that
know
was
what
not
you were talking
right.
about. I was like, this man's an expert. Like, are we just that bad at this game?
I was like, there is no way you can get 7 more seconds on this.
And then he said, in multiplayer, that's a different story.
Yeah.
That's a different story altogether.
You got to do the solo
But
time
anyway,
trials.
on to your South Park reference.
Oh, I was just talking about how we were watching South Park.
Oh,
and how
so you didn't even want to describe anything you were watching?
No, we were watching the Cartman compilation, and whenever he was saying, okay, like Bandi was saying, okay, it just reminded me that, like, that's what we did yesterday.
You
we
need
played
some
golf.
integrity there, Captain Cool.
I know. I
Integrity.
got to watch the show for you guys, so I know all the jokes that
Even
you're talking
though
about.
I've been called a Randy Marsh from time to time.
Only on the farm.
Here, I'll show you some during the break.
All right, I appreciate it.
Anyway, hour number 1 is in the books. Hour number 2, we start with Michelle Bodkin from KSL Sports and covering the Utah Utes. Yeah, that's right. Stay frozen. That just makes things better right there.
do it!
Anyway, we'll be back in a few. You're listening to the Afternoon Blitz.
TOC Sports has been there for you. Now, you're probably asking yourself, what does that mean? It means for more than 20 years, Alabama's largest orthopedic group has been there providing coverage and care to more schools and student athletes in the Tennessee Valley than any other group. It means whether you are the star football player, the all-region volleyball ace, or someone who hurt their knee in a weekend pickup basketball game, TOC Sports physicians are proud to have the opportunity to care for all your orthopedic needs. It means for parents, coaches, athletes, desk jockeys, or even weekend warriors, TOC Sports physicians continue to meet and exceed the orthopedic and sports medicine needs of our community. But most importantly, during these challenging times, we're here for you now and will continue to be here. So as long as there are players on the field, games to be played, and contests to be won, the orthopedic specialists from TOC Sports will be ready to help. We don't know what the future holds, but you can count on the TOC Sports team to stay committed to you so you can stay in the game. Call 256-539-2728 today and ask to see a TOC Sports physician. Check them out online, also Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Guys, when we were 20, we never had to worry about spontaneity. And now that we've gotten older, spontaneity has been replaced with pills and injections. We're just trying to keep that intimacy, but it's taken away from spontaneity. At Advanced Life Clinic, we now offer GainsWave, which uses sound waves to non-invasively treat this issue with no need for pills or injections. Just give us a call, 256-888-9367, or check us out online, advancedlifeclinic.com.
This is Wes Neighbors with Philip with Eagle Insulation, and we have an announcement to make.
Yes, Wes, we are now Eagle Masonry and Insulation. Still a place to call for your installation needs, but now we offer masonry services.
What kind of masonry projects can you handle?
Wes, no job is too big, no job is too small. We can do renovations, new construction, outdoor fireplaces, fire pits, brick landscape borders.
Well, when you came out to my house, you did both the insulation and masonry at the same time. You guys did rock for me, you did brick for me, and you insulated my house. That's usually done at the same time that you're building a house.
Absolutely. It really capitalizes on two services you need at the same time, and you can get one company to handle both of those.
Fill up with Eagle Insulation. We'll come out, do your installation. He'll do your masonry. They do a great job. They guarantee your work. Check out more online at insulatedwitheagle.com and schedule your free examination today. 256-755-1556.
Thanks, Wes.
McCurry Motors is your car and van rental headquarters. You can rent the vehicle you need today. Family in town, sporting event, church function, no matter what your need, McCurry Motors has you covered with a wide selection of cars and vans available for rent. They have 12-passenger Mercedes Sprinter vans, 12-passenger Ford Transit vans, 15-passenger Ford Transit vans, and 15-passenger Chevrolet Express vans. They have 2 locations, Highway 72 in Athens or Max Luther Drive
Are
in
you tired of
Huntsville.
chasing a roofing contractor to show up on time or even show up at all? I'm Sam Fleming with Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Our motto at Fleming Roofing is we show up. Our goal at Fleming Roofing is to provide the reliable customer service that you deserve, and we have the resources to meet all of your roofing needs: residential, commercial, industrial, replacement, or repairs. We are manufacturer certified for roof coatings, single-ply membranes, and asphalt shingles. Whenever you need a roofing professional you can count on, call Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We are committed to finding the solution that meets your needs. We don't have quotas or heavy-handed sales tactics. Fleming Roofing, we have expert experience. We show up. Free estimates, residential, commercial, industrial, replacement, or repairs. Check us out at FlemingHSV.com. FlemingHSV.com. When you need a quick response, it's Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
Welcome to the evolution of sports radio.
You see, in this industry, just like in life, everything evolves.
Call 256-576-4977 to make your audible for the Blitz.
That man is playing Gallagher. Thought we wouldn't notice, but we did.
It's the Afternoon Blitz. Here are your hosts, Smokey, Captain Cool, and the Bandi Man.
Hour number 2 is live of the Afternoon Blitz right here on the Tennessee Valley Blitz. 256-576-4977 is the phone number to get in. Smokey right here alongside Captain Cool and the Bandi Man, taking you all the way up till 4 o'clock. Follow us on Twitter. I'm at Rose Scholar. Captain Cool is at CPT Cool 420. And Bandi is at B Larry 2016. On the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline, we have a guest that does a fantastic job covering Utah. Yes, Utah, because why? I was reading this VSiN college football preview. 6 out of the 8 experts have Utah in the college football playoff. You know who all 6 have Utah going up against? Alabama. Very, very, this is one of those things we could be seeing Utah and Alabama go up against each other yet again.
Could we see a challenge out of them this time?
That it? Well, we're going to find that out because on the line we have Michelle Bodkin from KSL Sports up in Utah, and we're going to be talking Utah Utes. Michelle, good afternoon. How are you?
Oh, I'm not too bad, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, thank you much. Now, last year Utah had a little bit of a hiccup at the beginning, but then we had a quarterback change. Cameron Rising comes in. They finished the season 9-1 and just raking up points, scoring almost 40 points a game. How much importance is Cameron Rising coming back for this Utah offense?
Oh, I think he's of huge importance. It's hard to explain what Cameron Rising means to this team, but it's just clear that for whatever reason, he's their guy. It wasn't that Charlie Brewer did anything wrong to start the season last year. It's just that the team just rallied around Cam, and I don't know if it's because he just kind of had been through everything that they had been through and understood it a little bit better, whereas Charlie kind of came in fresh and new and was only there for a month or two. And then there's just something about Cam's personality too. He's very, very confident without being cocky, and I think that's kind of a very rare type of trait to come across, especially in a quarterback. He's the kind of guy that you just instantly talk to, and you want to be his best friend. And the way he plays football, he just goes out, he takes command of the game, and it doesn't matter if things are going right or wrong. He just looks like he's always having the best time. And he said that nothing really rattles him, nothing really shakes him. He loves the competition. And for him, it's just fun to go out and compete. And I think the guys really just gravitate towards that.
All right, kind of heading into the season again, a lot of starters returning for Utah. I mean, how do you plan on, since a lot of the games last year, a lot of the losses Utah had were very close and very closely decided, but how do you see those starters returning and taking that experience and bringing it into a lot of those rematches this season?
Last year, Utah was still on the young side. They felt like they were going to be very, very good. And you could see before the season started, it's like the coaching staff just decided to push all the poker chips in. They went out and they got some transfers in the transfer portal to try and shore up some areas where they were maybe lacking a little bit, especially when the COVID year kind of opened everything up so that people could have more than 85 scholarship student athletes on their roster. And they took advantage of that. As you mentioned, it did not necessarily go well to start. It was a little bit of a slow start. They did drop a couple of games against BYU, San Diego State, and then later on against Oregon State as well. I think this group is older and more mature. I think, they've just been through some things that no other team can say that they've been through with the deaths of those two teammates last year. That really, really cemented them, and I feel like brought them together in a way that's just very unique and kind of once in a lifetime sort of thing. So, they have that going for them. And, of course, just having seen some things, going against Ohio State last year in that Rose Bowl, that's probably the best team that they've played in a long, long time. And they went toe-to-toe with them despite the fact that, their backfield, defensive backfield was really, really lacking. They had a running back playing cornerback for them. And just not a lot of options back there, and yet they kept up with these great receivers. And I get that, these weren't necessarily the same receivers that had been starting all season for Ohio State, but the types of players that Ohio State recruits and has, as their second and third string is completely different than what Utah has in their second and third string, and they still went toe-to-toe with them. And I think that just kind of proved to them that they can do anything, between overcoming that tragedy, between going toe-to-toe with Ohio State. They're just bringing a lot of experience back, a lot of eye-opening experience as well, that I think they can use to their benefit. And there is just this confidence about this team. Again, it's not cocky. They just know that there's not much that they can't handle, and I think they're ready to go this year.
All right, and you talked on some of the transfers. You didn't go too much into detail, but that's what I want to ask. Who are some of these transfers, or even just the freshmen that are coming in, that are going to make a difference going into this 2022 season?
Utah has several this year that I think they're very high on, that they feel like are going to compete and be at least a part of a rotation for them. Namely, we'll go with Mumad Diabate that transferred from Florida to Utah. They have to replace Devin Lloyd and Nephi Sewell in their production. They feel like Diabate is a guy that can come in and instantly do that. He has a lot of playing experience from his time at Florida. Obviously, he's coming into a new system and has to, learn and adjust to that. But that was a way for them to get a little experience in a very young but talented linebacker room. So I expect him to play a big role. They also brought in a safety transfer, Clayton Eastbell. He was down, I believe, at the G5 level, but they were just high on him. And Morgan Scally, if you follow his career or have followed his career, you know that he is a great talent evaluator when it comes to defense. And so if he thinks someone's good enough to come and play at a P5 level, I can't think of a time that he's been wrong. They're very high on what Eastbell has brought. to the Utah secondary. Going back to, you guys kind of vaguely referenced the Sugar Bowl against Utah in 2009 with Alabama. It sounds like he's a lot along the lines of Utah safety Robert Johnson. Very long, very lanky, can move across the field really quickly, has an eye for the ball, can intercept very well. So I expect to see him playing. And then, of course, you have some freshman guys. Justin Medlock is a freshman linebacker that they're really high on. They think that he will do some great things. Lander Barton is a legacy kid. His entire family has come through Utah. His mom is actually probably one of the greatest Utah student athletes ever. She played two ways, basketball and volleyball. His dad was on the football team. All of his siblings have come through. He's the youngest of the bunch, and it's now his turn. They're very high on what he brings to the table. And then they have some freshman wide receivers that potentially you could see some playing time as well. Teo Johnson comes from Idaho, and they love his speed. And then they have a guy by the name of Sydney Ambassador, and he is just an athletic freak. Can go up and get the ball. They love what those two bring. And so that's just like a little taste of, some of the new faces on the team that I think will make an impact.
Michelle Bodkin on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline. You could follow her at Bodkin KSL Sports on the Twitter. And Michelle, going into a little bit of the schedule right now for this upcoming year, its schedule doesn't look too difficult. Road trip to Florida is always going to be difficult because any road game in the SEC is difficult. Right now, Utah's looking like a 2.5-point favorite, according to majority of outlets. Besides Florida, what would be the biggest games that Utah has on this particular schedule in your eyes?
Absolutely. So the USC game here in Salt Lake on October 15th is going to be huge, especially if both teams remain undefeated at that point, and there's many people that think that's a strong possibility. SC got absolutely embarrassed last year at home by the Utes, coming off of their bye week, and I'm sure, Lincoln Riley's going to be reminding his guys. It's kind of interesting. It's really not the same team that Utah played last year, but I don't doubt that Lincoln Riley's going to be, reminding those guys of what happened and to try and return the favor on Utah's home field. So that game's going to be big. It's always a big game. It's actually, if you've never watched it, I highly recommend watching Utah and USC play. They play very well. They're always competitive, interesting games. And for the most part, the winner of that game has been the home team, with a few exceptions there. So that's always a really good game. And then the other game I'm looking towards is Oregon. Again, Utah absolutely embarrassed Oregon twice within a 2-week span. Basically the same score in the second to last game of the season, and then, of course, the Pac-12 Conference Championship game. Those guys aren't going to be, too keen on letting Utah run all over them again like they did last year. It's going to be in Austin Stadium, and that's probably one of the more volatile environments in the Pac-12 outside of Utah. So I expect that game to be very intense and a harder game and a game that has implications. If Utah's still undefeated to that point, and if they can get past the Ducks, they're most likely finishing the season undefeated.
Real quick, I kind of want to take a quick sidetrack into pro basketball because this may be the only time I ever get to talk about it, is because I will make the claim that I'm probably the only Utah Jazz fan in Alabama until I'm proven otherwise. But I kind of want to know your opinion about the Donovan Mitchell trade talks that's going on between Utah and the Knicks, because the latest package that the Knicks offered the Jazz, I don't know what they were thinking with it.
Well, to be honest, I don't cover the Jazz a whole lot, and I actually don't follow them a whole lot. But I do know it's been a lot of drama. There's been a lot of talk on, State of Utah Twitter. Donovan Mitchell has been here a very, very long time. He's become a very big part of the community. Some people are ready to see him go. Some want to keep him and hope that there's a way that the Jazz can kind of salvage that relationship. it does feel like they're hanging on too long, and it could get to a point where it starts getting really kind of awkward. But then again, it also sounds like the Jazz kind of want to tank and try and get one of those top draft picks in the upcoming draft next year. So, I mean, maybe that works into the plan. But for me, it's not really my realm. But hopefully they get something resolved soon so that people will calm down a little bit on my Twitter line.
All right. Hey, I'm right with you there. I mean, I'm a part of the Jazz Twitter and that Utah Twitter too, so I see it all the time, and it's gotten kind of volatile lately.
Yeah, they're not happy about a lot of things between the color change and Rudy Gobert, and yeah, there's a lot of things that Jazz fans are not happy about right now.
Well, let us take you back to football. He had to get that out there, all right? We've had plenty of people for our teams, but he's never gotten love for his Utah Jazz. But going back over to the Utah Utes, obviously they're playing against Florida in that Week 1 matchup. What is the team doing, especially on defense, that'll get them prepared for that SEC offense style of play?
You know what? It's such an interesting thing. I know you SEC guys love your SEC football. If you've watched Utah, you know that Utah actually probably plays a little bit more of an SEC style or a Big Ten style. They love smash mouth defense. They love smashing people in the teeth. They love bullying people around with the run game. And so, you know, I think this game is going to be better than people in the SEC think it will, because Utah just plays that style, and they always have. And so it's kind of been a weird adjustment in the Pac-12. You ask anyone in the Pac-12, and I think the most physical game they always state is Utah. They just play differently than anyone else out here. I'm not really sure why no one else has caught on to that or why no one else is trying that style. It seems to kind of just be the way that if you want to be on the bigger end of things, that's just kind of the way it's going, as you play that smash mouth style of football. But Utah's the only one that really kind of does it out west. But, you know, for Utah, it's also all about staying focused one game at a time. It's not looking ahead. It's not underestimating your opponent. Florida's a little bit down right now. You know, they're in a process of trying to get back on track and get to where they once were, and they're feeling very good about that. So, you know, don't overlook these guys, because they're going to be hungry to prove that changes have been made, and there's no better, you know, way to try and prove that than to knock off the number 17 in the home opener for the season.
Yeah.
So it's keeping your eye on the prize. It's being assignment sound. It's not making stupid mistakes. It's not having stupid penalties. It's just being very, very disciplined and going out and playing your game.
All right. Well, I'm very much excited to see Utah go up against an SEC school, because it's been a minute since the last time they played. But I'm kind of rooting for them in a way, because they seem like underdogs, but at the same time they're not. They're the opposite. But having to go down to the Swamp is going to be a tough matchup. But I'd like to see something close, to say the least. So I'm excited for that.
Michelle Botkin on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline. And yeah, you're right. You're most definitely right, Captain Cool, with Utah not being playing a lot of SEC teams. Last time might have actually been the Alabama game back in 2009.
Yeah, I believe so.
I don't.
It was.
Oh God! So
Man.
this is a rarity for Utah right now. You can also follow Michelle on Twitter at BotkinKSL Sports, and check her out at KSLSports.com, where you just put an article out yesterday about the new NIL club that Utah has started. And just go a little bit into detail on that, because we here in the SEC see all this NIL deal, especially in College Station, and seeing how Utah is putting themselves in the game of NIL. What are the details of this NIL club?
So this is a little bit more student-led rather than fan-led, which is a bit different. I know that I think they have a goal of like $50,000 a month to try and spread out between the 75-plus players that are a part of this particular NIL deal. You know, Utah as a whole has been a little more on the cautious side as far as getting into NIL. They've really taken their time to get to know the atmosphere, the climate, learn the legalese. Other teams, you mentioned Texas A&M, BYU's kind of been another one, have just kind of jumped in head first and I think have taken the approach of, we'll beg for forgiveness if it was wrong, but we're not going to be on the losing side of this. Other teams, Utah's one of them, it's just been a little bit slower in their approach and taken time. I'm not sure which one's the right answer, but that seems to be the case. It also seems like things are picking up a little bit for Utah. Utah will never be a top dog in the NIL game. We just don't have that kind of money here. But they're starting to do some things, and they're starting to see some pickup. And, the bottom line, at least for Utah, their recruiting pitch is still, we put guys in the NFL. We develop you, and we'll send you to the NFL. So, we'll try and make sure you're taken care of while you're here. But the long game is getting the money in the NFL, and that is something that we can definitely help you with.
Final question before we let you go. Like I said at the beginning of the interview leading you in, bring this VSiN college football preview. 6 of the 8 experts have Utah in the college football playoff. Josh Pate of Lake Kick also has predicted Utah to be in the college football playoff. Is the expectation around Salt Lake City the very same, or what is the expectation for the Utah fan base with this football team this year?
I think it balances between hitting the playoff and going to the Rose Bowl again and winning it this time. For me, that's kind of where I'm at. I think this team is probably more than capable of hitting the college football playoff, but a lot of things can happen, and a lot of chips have to fall in their favor. Health, what are the other teams that they're playing doing? How good are they? How bad are they? That sort of thing. Do they play a game that's flashy enough, fancy enough that turns heads of the people that matter in order to kind of get that vote of confidence? Some of those things are a little more out of their control. Again, it's not that I don't think they can. I think they probably have the best depth they've had since they joined the Pac-12. I think the coaching staff is finally in a place where they're really confident in what they do and how they do it at this level. And I think those kids honestly have a big belief in themselves and each other. And they're playing for a higher reason. They're playing for their fallen teammates. It seems kind of maybe a little bit odd that that's still carrying weight a year later. But in a lot of ways, I think that team feels like, because they are returning so many of the same guys, that they let Ty and Aaron down a little bit. And, they want to go out and make that splash and make sure that their names are in history. So they very well could end up in the college football playoff. It wouldn't shock me in the slightest, but until, I kind of see what this team is really made of in actual games, I'm a little bit more comfortable saying they go to the Rose Bowl and actually win it this time.
Michelle, let the people know where they can find your work and reach out to you, and yeah.
So I am active on Twitter and Instagram. Both handles are Bodkin KSL Sports. I'm pretty good about interacting and getting in touch with people, so if you have questions, feel free to reach out. I'm more than happy to answer. And then you can always read my stuff on KSL.com. Just hit on the Utah Utes tab in the menu, and you'll find all my stuff there.
Michelle, much appreciate the time. And if Utah does end up getting into the college football playoff or Pac-12 title game, we'll probably be reaching out for you to preview that coming up.
I would love nothing more. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good stuff.
Yes.
Didn't get anything Utah Jazz though, but
I know I feel kind of bad because I felt like I put her on the spot.
No, she did take a little second to answer that, but she did give us a good BS answer on that one. If not, she gave us something, so maybe we're happy. So.
Yeah, I mean, Bandi did get to talk about his Jazz for a minute.
Yeah, what'd you expect?
I'll get my guess one day.
Hey, Bandi, I might have a guess for you that is in my Rolodex for that one.
I was gonna say, what do you expect? Even Utah people aren't Utah Jazz fans, so
no.
We should have asked her what her favorite basketball team was. But it was good. We got good information on the Utes. Now we know what to expect. Because I mean, when it comes to these teams that aren't, a part of the Southeast, area, especially SEC teams, some of the information's a ways away from us. But now that we know that maybe Utah is actually going to blow out Florida at Florida's home,
well,
we'll see about it. But it should be good.
Utah right now is just sitting around plus 500 to make the college football playoff, according to a lot of outlets. That is one of those I might be doing up at the state line coming up this weekend before we get the full official start of college football season. But we got to pay some bills, take a quick commercial break, and when we get back, play-by-play with the Bandi Man. You're listening to the Afternoon Blitz.
Adopt US Kids presents Multiple Choice Parenting.
You're bringing your daughter to her favorite pop star's concert. Do you A, wear earplugs?
Isn't this fun, Dad?
I'll have a soft pretzel.
B, remember the moment with matching concert t-shirts?
That's gonna be $180.
Or we can just take a photo.
C, show her how you used to do concerts.
We're going crowd surfing.
I can't. It's too heavy. Oh, my God. Ah.
Or D, just roll with it.
Woo! Justin! Look at us! We're over here!
Justin! OMG! He just looked. I love you, Justin! I love you!
When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers. But that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
The tech show's on this month. I was thinking of looking at home security systems.
Oh, cool. I'll go with you. We're looking for more home security ideas, too. That's why I called Budget Blinds.
Budget Blinds?
Look at this.
A remote for the blinds.
Yep, motorized.
Okay, well, that's beyond cool. I love it. But what does it have to do with home security?
Oh, they also come with a timer. The blinds and drapes open themselves in the morning, close in the evening.
Oh, so it looks like somebody's home even when you're not.
Exactly, and I saved a bunch of money. Sally saved a bunch of money.
Ha, but you'll take the credit.
Yeah.
My brother, the tech genius.
Thanks, man.
Now, give me that remote.
Budget Blinds motorized window coverings are the ultimate in luxury, and during the Luxury Within Reach event, they're even more affordable. The more you buy, the more you save, with savings up to $2,000. Hurry and call 855-BUDGET-BLINDS now before this offer ends, or go online to budgetblinds.com. Don't miss out. Call 855-BUDGET-BLINDS now. Offer good on select products at participating independently owned and operated franchises. Restrictions may apply. Ask for details.
This is Wes Neighbors with Philip with Eagle Insulation, and we have an announcement to make.
Yes, Wes, we are now Eagle Masonry and Insulation. Still a place to call for your installation needs, but now we offer masonry services.
What kind of masonry projects can you handle?
Wes, no job is too big, no job is too small. We can do renovations, new construction, outdoor fireplaces, fire pits, brick landscape borders.
Well, when you came out to my house, you did both the insulation and masonry at the same time. You guys did rock for me, you did brick for me, and you insulated my house. That's usually done at the same time that you're building a house.
Absolutely. It really capitalizes on two services you need at the same time, and you can get one company to handle both of those.
Philip with Eagle Insulation will come out, do your installation. He'll do your masonry. They do a great job. They guarantee your work. Check out more online at insulatedwitheagle.com and schedule your free examination today. 256-755-1556.
Thanks, Wes.
Coming to you live from the Franklin Automotive Studio, Birmingham's premier automotive service provider for Acura, Lexus, Toyota, Honda, Volvo, Nissan, Infiniti, Audi, and Volkswagen. Located at the corner of Acton Road, behind the shops of the Colonnade.
The Blitz has been called. 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 The Blitz has been called.
There we go. My goodness, though, so many blitzes were being called heading into this segment. But welcome back, everyone, to the Afternoon Blitz on the Tennessee Valley Blitz Sports Network. I'm your host, the Bandi Man, and joined on my right, Captain Cool.
Yo.
And keeping us on the air, our producer, Smokey Mike Huncho.
Captain Cool's starting to learn how to do everything in a 4-minute time span.
I just barely made it back from the bathroom.
I know you gotta be quick in this business.
Yeah, you gotta be running.
But if you want to join the show, you can call in at 256-576-4977 and be sure to give us a follow on Twitter at the Blitz _ sports. Give us a like and friend us on Facebook at the Blitz Sports Radio, and you can follow me on Twitter at BLowry2016, Captain Cool at CPTCool420. I had to pause for that.
My dab?
Yep.
Yeah, well,
and Smokey Mike Huncho at Rose Scholar.
The people can't see the dab, so they have no idea why you're pausing.
They could completely see it.
If they're at WZZN TV on Twitch and YouTube, yes. Make sure you guys go over there and subscribe, please.
Please give us a like and follow. But in video game and esports news, we got, again, Gamescom news, some potential reveals going on, a new kind of Smash tournament going on this weekend, and the Call of Duty Warzone Season 5 patch notes have dropped, and we're going to give them a look. That's on E Play-by-Play.
Time to catch up on esports with E Play-by-Play with the Bandi Man.
So, at Gamescom going on right now, we could be seeing the reveal of another Street Fighter 6 character. As Street Fighter 6 is currently at Gamescom over at the TikTok booth. Featuring the same demo from EVO 2022.
Okay.
This means the more gameplay is going to be exclusively for Ryu, Chun-Li, Luke, the last DLC character from 5, and the newcomer, Jamie. So if you're listening over there in Gamescom, for one, send us some photos. But two, go ahead and head over to the booth and give Street Fighter 6 a try. But over the course of it, it's going to take place over a week. We could be seeing a new character. Personally, I'm hoping for my main man, Dudley.
Of course.
Bring him back. He hasn't been in a game since Street Fighter 4. One of the classiest characters, the British boxer. Bring him back, please. And I will forever play your game. But moving on to another game, another fighting game, actually. Season 1, 1.01 update for Multiverses just dropped. And with that, a new character. Morty from Rick and Morty has joined the cast for Multiverses. You can go ahead and download the update. Play them now. It's completely free to do so. And some of these patch notes, oh my goodness, if you play an assassin character in this game, go ahead and rejoice. You have been buffed.
Like.
So the assassin passive, you took extra damage for being an assassin. You took 14% extra damage just because of your character class. So you were lighter, you were easier to send off the stage, therefore you were easier to kill. You know, you were light, you were quick, you did a lot of damage, but you took a lot of damage too. That was the balance. But see, they decided to reduce that balance to almost nothing.
Okay.
Because they have reduced the incoming damage taken from 14% to 5%. Which is a huge, huge reduction in damage that you're taking. So, honestly, it's more... You're still going to be on the lighter side of the cast, but now you're more determined by your individual character weight for how far you're getting launched. I mean, Arya and Finn, I believe the only two assassins in the game right now, are still considered on the lighter side, but now they're going to be a lot tougher to knock off. So instead of combo that would have killed him at 80%, that's going to be more... That won't kill him anymore. You're going to have to find new setups at much higher percents now.
Okay.
So... Oh, wait, actually, no. Arya, Finn, and Harley Quinn.
I play all of them.
Do you play Arya?
Yeah.
Arya Stark?
Yeah, occasionally. She's the least of the ones that I play, but I mainly play, like, Finn... and Harley Quinn is pretty cool. I forgot who else I played as. Who did I beat you as when we first started playing the game?
I think it was LeBron.
No, you were LeBron. That's the only reason I beat you is because you were LeBron trying to dunk on me.
But some more character changes incoming. My favorite meme, the Iron Giant. He's once again been nerfed.
Get him out of here.
I mean, he's a giant character. The first colossal character, I would actually say, because he towers over every single other character in the game. And due to that, you can combo him like crazy, but his hitboxes where his moves are incredibly large. So now they've decided to reduce the damage on that, increase the cooldown on one of his special moves, and decrease damage by 1 and base knockback on the final spin on one of his best kill moves, his up special. And thank goodness, it's like the Finn backpack. It just sucks you in and then launches you like way off stage. And because of how big Iron Giant is, you almost can't avoid it. Like you can't dodge through it. He's too big. Get him out. He's Ridley. Smash Brothers.
Now, Bandi, I'm seeing some games being dropped already from Gamescom today.
Oh, we got some more. Yeah, the reveals.
I'll let you get to it, the end of your stuff, and then we're about to go off. Don't look up any of the games yet. Let me be the one that tells you about them.
Okay. All right, because I got all these prepared, and I know the live stream is going on right now, so all these reveals have been going on as I've been speaking.
Yeah.
But real quick, this weekend, Smash Tournament is going on, hosted by pro player Hungrybox of Smash Brothers Melee fame. Recently moved on to Ultimate. I kind of wish he would go back to Melee, but that's neither here nor there. But it is a Steve-only tournament. It is a invitational, top only 8 players, and it's the 8 considered best Steve players in the world. And they're going to duke it out to see who is the best Minecraft Steve. We have the likes of Onan, who won Super Smash Con just 2 weekends ago. Jake, Yoni, Desmona, Didi, the weirdest name on here, Quandale Dingle-Ingleton.
Dingle-Ingleton for the win.
He's a major Smash Bros. Player to take Steve up. Doesn't have the major results that some players here do. However, he's placed pretty well at quite a few tournaments and plenty of results with characters other than Steve. So he's just recently picked up a character, but he's already seemed to be making some progress. Then we got the likes of Rockman and Waidu finishing it out. That's going to be the Steve-only tournament. And Real Zone, the big change. Warzone Season 5, the patch notes have dropped. Some big gameplay changes. We have a new station that you can launch into called the Doomsday Station. It can be activated for 10,000 cash, causing enemy AI to invade your position via helicopter drop. It basically turns the Warzone match you're in into a PvE event, and if you win, you get extra loot. And a new watch skin.
Oh.
Well, a new skin for your watch.
Nice.
So you can kind of drip yourself out a little bit. Now, one station will only appear per match, but multiple possible spawn locations are there. And there's actually a new kill streak. It's a supply box UAV. It's kind of exactly what it sounds like. It's a UAV, except instead of tracking players, it tracks supply boxes around you, giving different auras based on the rarity of the box, going from a standard, legendary, resurgence, and personal. And speaking of personal supply box, that's a new thing too.
Hey.
And this unique supply box will spawn a player's favorite, like your favorite custom class, load out weapons, and reward the player with 2,000 XP. So it is a supply drop. Well, it's a crate that will drop your loadout weapons, which that's really the benefit of getting a loadout in the first place. I mean, besides obviously the perks that you get alongside it, but really getting your custom weapons, your custom kit, the weapons that you grinded for, that you leveled up, so that you can use instead of the trash ground loot that Warzone always seems to have. I mean, it's true.
Yeah, it is. Good stuff.
But now, I don't know if I like this change, or if this new thing that they're adding. They're adding a new field upgrade, and it's called Rage Serum. So one of the more problematic things that came about Warzone relatively early on in its career is when melee weapons were added, specifically the Cali sticks. So these melee weapons killed incredibly fast at close range and pretty much just locked onto you, like they vacuumed onto you as you were hitting. And later on, those were nerfed because they were deemed too powerful, and now they've just been kind of gimmicky weapons to use, along with all other kinds of melee weapons.
Yeah.
Rage Serum is bringing them back.
Let's go.
So when you pop Rage Serum, your movement speed is increased by 8%, your damage with melee weapons or while unarmed is increased by 50%, pretty much negating the entire Cali stick nerf in the first place. Lunge distance, this is the crazy part, lunge distance is increased to 3.2 meters from 1.4. So do you remember Commando?
I do.
You get Commando.
Jeez. That's it.
And melee stun power is increased by 50%.
Jeez, you're not going to be running away from those guys.
Now, there are negative side effects that you are louder when you're raged. You have a visible effect around your operator. Your stun and flash vulnerability is increased by 40%. Oh, but wait a minute, that doesn't really matter because there's a perk in the game called Battle Harden that completely negates the effects of stuns and flashes. And guess what? It even says in the patch notes, this effect can be countered by the Battle Hardened perk. So if you thought that maybe they'll just kind of override it to where Rage, the effects of Rage just override the effects of Battle Hardened for balance, nah. You can pop Battle Hardened, pop Rage, you'll be completely fine. Your own stuns and your own flashbangs will work, but they won't be fine. They won't matter against you. Now, a quick quality of life update. I do want to get to these Gamescom reveals.
I'm very excited about it.
But a really good quality of life change that I do like, and a lot of Warzone players have been asking for, they have made it an option to manually equip and unequip your gas mask. So a very common way for Warzone matches to end is the gas is coming in, the ring's closing around you, and you're just pinned down. Like you're pinned down behind cover, you can't really move, and you got to take the risk and go in the gas to try to get a better position. So you run in, you take off your gas mask, you're about to run out of the gas and be in a good spot. Oh, but lo and behold, someone else had the same idea and is coming around the corner, and you can't help but take off your gas mask, taking away the ability to shoot, and you die. There goes your game. You tried to reposition, you tried to make a good play, and you die for it. But now, that no longer matters. You can make it so that way you keep your gas mask on when you run out of the gas. So that will no longer be an issue, and Warzone players have been rejoicing about this change.
Good for them. No more rage quitting because you can't, just keep your gas mask on while you kill one dude and then finally take it off afterwards.
Oh, I also forgot to mention, not only does Battle Hardened negate the counter effect for rage, it also got buffed.
So it's just like, put it on, this is the new meta, everybody.
Stun and flash resistance has been increased to 80%, and it's up from 50 and 70 respectively.
Jeez.
So just a hard buff to Battle Hardened. But moving on from Warzone into Gamescom, you said we got some reveals.
We got some reveals.
Oh,
Let me tell you.
What do we got?
We got some more. We got some trailers, mainly big trailers on a lot of the games. These all come from WindowsCentral.com. It updates the whole Gamescom event. A lot of these are being updated by a guy named Brendan Lowry himself.
Oh.
So it's pretty interesting.
No relation.
No relation at all. But the one thing I hate about this website is it keeps reloading, which is very annoying. But first things first, we got a game called Off the Grid. And it is a cyberpunk shooter. And it's kind of like, what's that game? It's not Dune. It's just, oh, crap. It used to be a movie as well. It's just, you're in the desert. I forgot exactly the name of it. But it's pretty much just, in the future, a very overgrown city, and you're going to be shooting up against other people across the world. Very cool looking. We got Layers of Fear, which is a horror game that looks like it's going to be terrifying. We have a remaster coming for the game System Shock.
Yes!
And holy crap, dude, it looks awesome. Like, if you were sad that your Cyberpunk 2077 wasn't fun, this game looks beautiful, and it looks just as good as it. I mean, it looks. Oh my gosh, it looks spectacular. And then to add on to your excitement, Bandi.
Wait, hold on, real quick. Can I just talk about System Shock?
Yeah, talk about it really quick.
System Shock is one of the grandfathers of the horror genre, and it was really what inspired BioShock. So if you have not given System Shock a try, please do before the remake comes out. You will not regret it.
Or just play the remake. The remake looks amazing.
Play both.
Why not? Yeah, why not? But and then a new fighting game coming out. It is called God of Rock, and the way you fight is it's a beat game, just like what's that other game you play?
Friday Night Funkin'.
Friday Night Funkin'. It's pretty similar to that, except for you guys are fighting while you're doing the beats. Super cool. Then I saw EXP War Trauma, and it looks like it's pretty wacky as well. It's another horror game. Follows a World War II soldier, and from the looks of the trailer, it looks like he's in a trench all by himself, like a covered up trench, and there's just like some entity in there following him around, and yeah, it just looks like it gets a little wacky. We got a new game called, I don't even know what that game's called. We got Back Firewall, some random game.
One thing I'm seeing, the Dark Pictures Anthology. So I see on here, the last game in it has the release date got revealed November 18th, 2022.
Okay.
Dark Pictures, that's the House of Ashes game I've been playing.
Yeah. Okay, that's actually really cool. We also got Aliens Fireteam Elite Fantogen. I don't know what that word is, but it looks pretty fun, pretty good graphics, and it's good to have another Alien game that hopefully will be better than some of the Alien games that come out. But I know Alien Isolation's a pretty awesome game, but this is a totally different type of game. This is like a 4-player co-op, having fun, kind of like an arcade-style game, but there's a lot to it, and it should be pretty fun. I think it's a DLC. Okay, yeah, it's a DLC. So I've never played the normal Fireteam Elite, but this one, I don't know. This looks pretty sick. Also, with that one game that I was talking about, the EXP War Trauma, you guys can play the demo that is now out. It is free and it is on Steam. So go enjoy that game. You can get a little taste of it before it really comes out, probably in 2023. But yeah, I'm definitely excited for some of these games, especially System Shock. And Layers of Fear looks pretty cool. Off the Grid looks amazing, and I'm ready to play some video games, dude. But yeah, that's all I had to throw into this play-by-play.
Hey, I mean, Dark Pictures I'm looking forward to. Layers of Fear I never really got into because that one's a jump scare simulator. That's all it is.
It looks like it. It looks like it.
I mean, and it's built around it. The original Layers of Fear, it's just all jump scares, and that's not my style.
Yeah.
But God of Rock, I definitely need to check out.
God of Rock looks cool. The animation style kind of reminds me of Street Fighter V. So it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I like the character designs. So I don't know if I'll play it because I'm not one of those beat type dudes, but I might just because that one character on the cover looks pretty cool.
All right. Yeah, he kind of looks like Captain Cool. But moving on, probably to my final story. So T1, the League of Legends, the LCK Korean team, have qualified for Worlds, which, I mean, that's not really a shocker. If you've been following League of Legends esports for any amount of time, you know how dominant T1 has just been over their long and tenured career as a franchise. But they have recently been banning fans from getting close to players following continuing harassment, such as with Faker, their star player. So they put out a statement restricting League fans from appearing around their headquarters and offices, practice facilities, and players' home. The organization wants them to respect privacy and let the team prepare in peace. Now, they have been using COVID-19 safety measures to stop them from approaching and getting in direct contact with the players. But, I mean, and it's kind of disappointing in a way because these teams are very open with their fan bases. Like, they're very open about interacting with them and hanging out with their fan base, kind of letting them walk around their headquarters and kind of seeing what all their franchise is about. But a lot of these fans are very, very faithful and very loyal.
Mm-hmm.
And they were so loyal, they hired a truck and sent it to the League of Legends Park in Seoul with a message demanding to remove the head coach.
What the heck?
Even though they qualified for Worlds, they didn't win. They didn't win the spring split, and that was the reason for it. But they lost in the finals.
Yeah.
I mean,
bullcrap.
See, I get having high standards as a fan of your team, but when are those standards too high?
Yeah. I think whenever you send a truck, and then everybody's yelling, "Get him out of here!"
I know we kind of make fun of the term like national championship or bust, or like national championship or he's out of here, but they're actually very serious about it.
Yes, they are very serious.
Either we're winning Worlds or you don't have a job. And we're going to be very open about telling you about it, but they have since filed claims against these fans saying like, hey, stop harassing us.
Stuff.
We're trying to prepare for Worlds, and if you keep harassing us, we're not going to perform well. So what do you want?
Yeah. Fans getting crazy. That's all. All
right, we got to wrap this up. We're going to get, me and Smokey got to get to our lineups for this weekend's golf event. And John, you need to get in on this too.
You guys forget about me.
Yeah, well, sorry, Captain Cool, but yep, we got Tour Championship this weekend, which means it's the last golf event of the year, Bandi. Perfect timing, though.
Really is perfect timing.
And we got a little bit of golf news as well, as Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy have announced that they're about to be doing something in the wintertime.
Mm-hmm.
We'll find out about that next. You're listening to the Afternoon Blitz.
The Blitz has been called.
Are you tired of chasing a roofing contractor to show up on time or even show up at all? I'm Sam Fleming with Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Our motto at Fleming Roofing is we show up. Our goal at Fleming Roofing is to provide the reliable customer service that you deserve, and we have the resources to meet all of your roofing needs, residential, commercial, industrial, replacement, or repairs. We are manufacturer certified for roof coatings, single-ply membranes, and asphalt shingles. Whenever you need a roofing professional you can count on, call Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We are committed to finding the solution that meets your needs. We don't have quotas or heavy-handed sales tactics. Fleming Roofing, we have expert experience. We show up. Free estimates, residential, commercial, industrial, replacement, or repairs. Check us out at FlemingHSV.com. FlemingHSV.com. When you need a quick response, it's Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
When I chose a garage door company, I did my homework. I needed precision overhead garage door service. They have a 5-star Google rating. I checked the reviews and liked what their customers had to say. Precision overhead garage door has lifetime warranty packages. Same-day service if I call before 2 p.m. If they can't make it the same day, my service call fee the next day is waived. They did a 25-point safety inspection on the door and operator. Now that's peace of mind. Residential, commercial, and gate services. Precision overhead garage door service. Call 256-400-4500.
You've got to experience Toyotathon at Bill Penny Toyota. They've got the selection with over 700 new Toyotas to choose from. And they've got the extras with Bill Penny perks and a 10-year unlimited warranty. So get on over to Bill Penny Toyota today and experience Toyotathon. Bill Penny Toyota in Huntsville and online at BillPennyToyota.com. Bill Penny's Toyota 10-year unlimited warranty is valid through the 10th year of ownership. Valid on new vehicles only. See dealer for details.
This is Wes Neighbors with Philip with Eagle Insulation, and we have an announcement to make.
Yes, Wes, we are now Eagle Masonry and Insulation. Still a place to call for your installation needs, but now we offer masonry services.
What kind of masonry projects can you handle?
Wes, no job is too big, no job is too small. We can do renovations, new construction, outdoor fireplaces, fire pits, brick landscape borders.
Well, when you came out to my house, you did both the insulation and masonry at the same time. You guys did rock for me, you did brick for me, and you insulated my house. That's usually done at the same time that you're building a house.
Absolutely. It really capitalizes on two services you need at the same time, and you can get one company to handle both of those.
Philip with Eagle Insulation will come out, do your installation. He'll do your masonry. They do a great job. They guarantee your work. Check out more online at insulatedwitheagle.com and schedule your free examination today. 256-755-1556.
Thanks, Wes.
Everybody do the Star-Lord as we close out a Wednesday edition of the Afternoon Blitz. Right here on the Tennessee Valley Blitz. 256-576-4977 is the phone number to get in. And if you want to, I'm going to just let this chill out in the background for just a second. I mean, I know I see Captain Cool over there grooving. I'm right on there on camera. All right. Anyway, we'll need to get that off because we need to get to some business right here. 1, 2, 3. There
Ladies and gentlemen, the DF3.
The DF3, Daily Fantasy 3 is not going to be 3 today, as in DraftKings, what they do sometimes is give you guys opportunities with sponsors, obviously, that put in money for free pools, and they've got a free pool going on with the Tour Championship this weekend. And so Bandi Man, the golf fan that he is love doing golf DFS. Bandi decided to do a little lineup of his own, so we're going to compare. And I will start off with you, Mr. Bandi Man.
Alrighty. So what I decided to go with, I kind of went a little top heavy, if I'm being in retrospect.
Well, just to give you a heads up, Scotty Scheffler has a lot of cash.
Yes. And Scotty Scheffler is at the top of my lineup.
He is at the top of mine too, but continue.
And I kind of went a little deeper with Rory McIlroy.
Oh, it's not bad.
And then I stepped it back a little bit. Went a little more conservative. Sepp Straka.
Sepp Straka, that's not a bad setup.
And then rounding it out a little bit with Billy Horschel.
Horschel, He's burned me a couple of times, but he's came through, I'd say, about 70 out of 100, or 70% of the time that I've had him in lineups.
Yeah, I've seen him like average lately around 69, 70, like score-wise, so I think he'll be all right. And then Aaron Wise.
That's another one I have because last week he finished top 5, and I figure he's going to be rolling that momentum as well.
That's the same reason I picked him.
Yeah. Well.
And then JT Poston.
The second to last on the money total?
Yep.
I went with Tom Hoagie.
See, I went for the under 5K I could get that was averaging the best score-wise.
I see where you're coming from on that one. Hoagie is one that hadn't burned me, really, whenever I picked him, and he's been a good value play for me. So, especially with golf, if you burn me, I'm not playing you ever again. The Gooch will never be in my lineup ever again. Taylor Gooch has burned me way too much. But what I have is Scheffler, Sungjae M, because of the role he's been on, and he had another top 15 last week. Matt Fitzpatrick I'm going with, and Colin Morikawa.
See, Morikawa was one I was debating on. But I picked Horschel over him.
We'll see exactly how it goes, and good luck to your lineup there, Mr. Bandyman.
Good luck to you,
As
sir.
we switch a little bit, and I showed you boys over the commercial break, Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy have announced that they're launching a tech-infused golf league, a.k.a. a stadium series. Literally.
This is going to be so cool.
Oh, yeah.
A virtual golf tour.
Now, what's happening is between January and April, you generally get like your Hawaii's or your Asian championships and all that because of the weather. Well, this stadium series would be basically your drives, your woods, and your irons would be shot into a screen, like say you're at an X Golf in town. And then it has a big old setup for chipping and putting with a actual green and bunkers to work with that. 6 3-man teams would compete against each other, and apparently 18 holes would be able to be done in 2 hours. And they're planning on trying to air this on Monday nights. Thoughts?
Okay. Immediate thing I want to see with this, with the greens, is I want to see if they make it a way to where it's not the same green every time.
Right.
To where they can maybe raise or lower the ground like a little bit to kind of change elevation and kind of change the layout a little bit. If that happens, this could be some of the coolest things ever made.
Captain Cool, you're not exactly the golf guy, but what are your thoughts on this?
When I first saw it, I gotta be honest, it looks pretty awesome. It's just pretty much esports golf, kind of like how they do the cycling for esports. Same with Bandi. I want to know how they'll be able to change up the putting green every once in a while. And I know that this type of stuff isn't always so accurate, so you got to take every hit with a grain of salt. But, it looks pretty sick, and I hope they have the right venue for it. And I wonder where all they'll be going with this thing.
It's looking like they're doing a custom venue.
Yeah.
Like one that they're building on their own. But anyway, we'll be back in 22 hours. Tomorrow we have Taylor Estes from 24/7 Sports. She's going to be talking Texas.
Texas.
You guys have yourself a good afternoon. This is the Afternoon Blitz.
Are you tired of chasing a roofing contractor to show up on time or even show up at all? I'm Sam Fleming with Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Our motto at